All eyes are on Capitol Hill this week. President Trump's impeachment trial kicked off today, with the senators debating over the rules. Democrats already signaled displeasure with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's rules, with arguments beginning at 1 p.m. Senators, and for anyone tuning in, are in for some long nights. As for President Trump, he's far, far away from D.C. He opened the 50th World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Tuesday morning. In other news, it's been a decade since the Supreme Court's controversial Citizens United decision, which essentially cleared the way for corporate money to be funneled into campaigns. We're going to be talking to Hill reporter Alex Gangitano more about the ongoing fight to overturn the court's landmark ruling. We'll have that all coming up. I'm Sagar Enjeti, filling in for Jamal Simmons. This is Why You Should Care. On January 21, 2010, the Supreme Court ruled that restricting corporate campaign spending is in direct violation of the First Amendment. Through the landmark Citizens United versus FEC has been cemented for over a decade. People are still fighting and seeking to overturn it. So here to talk more about that ongoing fight is Hill reporter Alex Gangitano. Thank you for stopping by, Alex. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
So tell us a little bit about this decision and what are the efforts that are being made to overturn it?
Yeah, so the decision 10 years ago today basically said that companies, labor unions, associations, nonprofits, all are not restricted from giving money to elections. As a result, there's been tons of groups that have formed or tons of initiatives that have come about to try to overturn this landmark decision. One of the big ones was formed 5 years ago, End Citizens United. So basically their big effort is, of course, to overturn the Supreme Court case, but as we know, that's not very easy to accomplish.
Right, yeah.
So things like, flipping the Senate. They've put money behind and gotten people on board to try and advocate for that. Ballot initiatives in the states. And then, of course, on the presidential campaign trail, we again hear candidates saying that Citizens United needs to be overturned. So, of course, electing a president that wants to do that would help.
So tell us a little bit about that in particular. What is the real mechanism where this is going to happen? It has to be a constitutional amendment, right?
Exactly. Okay. So somebody like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, that continue to talk about this would have to put some muscle behind this fight. And then, of course, the Senate flipping, it's not an easy thing to do, but they have seen some traction in the states. So I think if they can get as many people behind it as possible, calling for this. Another thing that the House tried to do in the past year was have H.R. 1 pass the House, which was a huge overhaul that included campaign finance reforms and overhaul of our election system. But that is now dead in the Senate, and Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is not going to take that up.
So tell us more about H.R. 1. What are the provisions within that law which would maybe have some of the reforms desired by these people?
So it focuses a ton on transparency. So basically, companies, how much they have to solicit versus how much they do now, and give the American people like a true outline of how much they're really engaged in the political system. Right now, you see a lot of top-line numbers. There's super PACs, there's PACs, there's different mechanisms that are going into elections. And then, of course, the fact that trade associations can give as well as companies. So that's basically a big company can give from their PAC and then give a trade association money, and then a trade association's giving from their PAC as well. So there's all of these lines going into giving to campaigns. And so it would overhaul that to make it so that the American public would, I think, understand a little bit better where the money is coming from, and also curtail some of that spending.
And so do we expect any actual movement on this, or is it just the 10-year anniversary?
Right now, just the 10-year anniversary. I think they're using it as a way to bring attention to the issue, but I think that maybe after 2020, we'll see what they can actually do with it.
Yeah, well, I won't be waiting with bated breath, but thank you, Alex. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos, and head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.